providing your next pop culture side quest. This is In Quest of Geek.
We're calling on all adventurers, explorers, and heroes to place aside their main quests for a bit to discover something unfamiliar. We're here to arm you with new obsessions and different perspectives to create a larger and more informed geek community.
With you on this journey will be
Alix Catherine, professional moderator and conversation tiebreaker for these two voices.
Garrison, your personal geek color commentator.
And Jason Patrick Galit, pop culture critic and geek educator.
Are you sure?
Do you know who you guys are?
All right, so get out your safety scissors and thread those needles because we're here to build better character.
Or make Jason thread the needles for you guys, which is what we did.
Which
Yes.
I literally did right in front of me. Yeah, right before this, you guys.
So welcome back, Questers. On our side quest today, we are actually making our own felted friends. And this is all brought to you by Comic-Con at Home 2020. So we're really excited to be a part of it. And of course, we can't do this alone because, well, honestly, we have no idea what we're doing. So with us on our journey, we also brought along to fill up our team here, Perception Studios. Welcome back.
Hello. Thank you. All right, I'm Cucumber, everybody. You can find me on Perception Check at Perception Studio. I play D&D there. We're also on Chat Time with Chunk and Cucumber, and Trash Your Piece Theater all on Perception Studio, and other stuff probably.
I'll go next. I'm Willow. I'm also part of Perception Studio. I'm a felted friend, as they said. I get started on some of those same shows, mainly Perception Check.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And I am Ryan. I'm the Dungeon Master for Perception Check, as well as a player on our Tuesday show for Saul's Legacy, and all-around tech person for everything else we tend to do.
Including this.
Yeah,
Yes.
including this. Yeah, thank you, Ryan.
Hi, and I'm Art. I am also part of Perception Studio. I'm at a bunch of shows, and I do a movie talk show called Cinephilia on Perception Studio.
Yeah.
You can find all of that on Twitch, right?
On Twitch, yeah. And find us on Twitch, find us on Instagram, but all the shows happen on Twitch.
We're here to provide our blessing for the miracle of life that you are all about to perform. We're also here to oversee you to make sure that you don't, create a monster. So
That is
Hey.
going to happen.
We make no promises.
No. Yeah.
You got something against monsters?
No.
Well, just for our viewers to know, we wanted to make sure that, we know that you guys are running out of arts and crafts to do at home right now, especially if you're following some of these stay-at-home orders.
Yeah, there's no more banana bread.
No more banana bread or sourdough or anything at this point. So we wanted to make sure that we were giving you guys the opportunity to learn how to make these felted friends with things that you already have around your home.
We also wanted you to see that we're going to do it way worse than you could. That way you have confidence when you do it at home that it just can't turn out as badly as we're going to do.
Exactly.
We are acting as your fall guys at this point.
Whatever we do, try not to do that. Unless we do an amazing job, then copy and
Right.
paste.
But Art, since you're going to be, running us through this, right?
I am so sorry.
What are the first few steps that you'd like us to take?
Okay, so we have our materials. So we'll go over there a couple of those materials, and then we'll probably introduce other ones as we go. So the idea is to try to build something with stuff that you might have at home or can easily access it at the store, maybe. So we're using just a piece of fabric. You can use something like a scrap. We don't need that much fabric.
Okay.
Some fabric for the mouth. We have some kind of stiff material like cardboard or like a plastic lid, or this is actually just craft foam. This also works too.
A plastic lid? Like for Tupperware?
Yeah,
like a plastic bin, like a little dollar plastic bin. You can cut it out of the plastic.
We grabbed a cardboard box.
Yeah.
And then some hot glue and some materials, and it'll be pretty easy. So I think we can start off by, I sent you guys a pattern.
So listening to Art, I have my pattern and I'm ready to go.
For this pattern, you don't even need a pattern. If you guys can see, it's super simple. It's a tube with like a mouth shape. So it's like you're looking at a profile of a face.
Or it's like
Okay.
Pac-Man screaming at the moon.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was.
So, if I'm going to try to freehand this then, because
If you wanted, you can,
I want to give I want to give our people the, I want to give our viewers the ability that if they're not able to print this out or anything like that, let's see what it looks like free-handed. Well, did you plan that the pattern was actually going to fit like larger?
Guys, I just figured out that's what the pattern was for.
Oh boy.
Because as you can see, it's a super simple pattern. The only thing I would suggest you make sure it's wide enough, because I know this looks wide and it's only half, but it should be at least this wide, because it'll make a difference. Because it actually goes in a circle, so if it's not wide enough, it won't go around your hand.
Oh,
mine is not wide enough.
Well, we put the two together.
We're gonna cut 2 of these out.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what this pattern doesn't have, you guys will want to add maybe like 5 or 6 inches at the bottom. Just make it a little longer. Make it maybe like this long. It's just I couldn't fit the pattern into one sheet of paper. Well, you actually can line up this line here, and then cut your pattern and flip it this way. Does that make sense?
Yes.
If you don't, so that you don't have to sew this part. So maybe you'll start
Done.
So you could do it that way if you have enough fabric to do that.
You guys can do one of each.
Ah.
Or you can do the.
All right, let's try this.
Let's cut those out.
Okay.
This seems very dangerous.
Yeah, this is already.
Scissors?
Scissors
aren't dangerous.
Next to me. Please be careful with the pointy end.
You're fine. He's fine.
So during this time, fans, your children are probably going to fight like this as well. So please make sure that you get all the materials that you need for each and every individual making these felted friends. So one of the first questions that I wanted to ask is, like, what's like a skill in puppeteering that you would have never learned unless you got into this?
Patience.
I've learned a lot about like our physical body and how our muscles work and how to, because when we do it a long time, you end up learning how to not hurt yourself, because puppeteering can be you can hurt yourself pretty easily, especially when you do a long period. So I've learned a lot about how muscles work and how to like activate separate muscles when doing different things. So one of the things, if you're up really high, for a while, I know I can switch between certain muscle groups to make last longer. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I can hold my arm up with this muscle group and then switch to this muscle group and then back to this muscle group and be able to continue. So things like that I've learned.
Did I say this?
It's like, I like that you cut a tank top.
Yeah,
Okay,
he was
and when you're
earlier.
done cutting that out, go ahead and cut out the mouth pattern that I gave you.
Awesome.
Get
I'm moving ahead because you guys are awful at this.
No, I'm trying to keep up.
we have a little triangle for the mouth.
Diamond.
What?
Little diamond for the mouth.
And for this, you'll be using your other fabric, the like thicker fabric, right?
Yeah, whatever other color you choose for the mouth.
Now, is it like a traditional diamond, or is it like kind of is it rounded off? Or?
It's rounded off.
Okay.
At the edges. And then when you're done with that, cut that same pattern out, but out of cardboard.
Okay. So we just need one, just kind of like this.
Yeah, one in fabric, one in
fabric,
cardboard.
one in cardboard.
Cool. Okay.
Oh, you took the scissors.
And I would make the cardboard one, like if you cut outside the line on the fleece, cut inside the line for the cardboard. The cardboard is just going to be a tiny bit smaller than the fleece one.
Cardboard, tiny bit smaller. Got it.
Yeah, and we can always adjust that when we get to that part. What do you guys skill level on sewing?
Ask my mom.
What's negative?
Can you thread a needle? Do you know how to thread a needle?
Oh,
Jason
Jason
did
did
that.
that.
Okay, let me know when you
Don't
guys have
put
already
the scissors
cut out.
next to my butt.
2 of them.
And you
Are all your
said
pieces cut
cardboard
out?
was smaller.
Jason's all cut up.
Okay,
Yep. So cardboard is a little bit smaller than the actual felt piece.
just a tiny bit.
I have the felt.
Okay, so once you have your pieces cut out, we're gonna start sewing.
Hey, Jason, you should probably start that since you're going to be like solving all our sewing problems.
Oh God. Okay.
So what I suggest is, so you have the two pieces, you put them on top of each other, and then decide which side of the fabric you want on the outside. For me, on the fleece, one side is a little more fuzzy than the other, so I want that to be the outside of the puppet, the more fuzzy side. So I'm gonna put it on the inside currently. I'm gonna sandwich it in between because we're gonna flip these inside out.
We're using fleece, so fleece is same on both sides, correct?
Yeah, so it doesn't matter then.
That is not a diamond, you guys.
Gotcha.
So then we just want to sew on all sides, except this side. Do not sew this together.
Or the bottom.
Or
Yeah, or the bottom.
or the bottom.
Wait,
Okay.
don't sew what together?
Don't sew everything, but don't sew the mouth, and
Okay.
don't sew the bottom. Sew the sides, just the side.
So then this top part right here, right?
To there, yeah.
And then this side part here.
Yes,
Yes.
to there, yeah.
Gotcha,
So,
okay. One of the biggest questions that we get, especially with when it comes to GMing,
Wait, how's
right,
that right?
is how if you're ready to start a story, right? If you want to tell a story for other people to play through, where are you receiving inspiration from?
Oh gosh, anything. Like
How did I miss?
if there's a book that's like your favorite storyline, or a movie has a plot line that you like, you have complete license to just take the entire thing and be like, this is what I'm running with, and see if any of your players figure it out.
There's going to be a lot of times where your own players are going to surprise you with their choices.
yeah.
And they kind of you kind of have to make improvisational choices on the spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
How about that? Like, how are you building that skill when you're outside of like a tabletop RPG?
Can I answer that one for Ryan?
Sure.
Because Ryan's still learning.
Yeah, we beat the yes and into him is the answer. Yes.
Well, explain a little bit what you mean by yes and, Cucumber.
So it's accepting what your players are giving you, making that a valid choice, and then adjusting the world to meet it, right? So don't abandon everything you're doing. Just find the middle point between what they want to do and what you need to happen in order to move them forward.
When I take my two pieces, because I didn't make a ghost or a tank top, do I just squish them together and sew?
yeah.
Or do I overlap them and sew?
just put them together. Which part?
Yeah, that's
Put them together and
what you're doing.
sew.
Yeah, put
And
them
when-
together.
Put
and
them
sew.
together and sew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is your pattern the same on both sides?
The scales.
Cucumber
Yeah?
asking their hard questions here, right?
Like one side is not lighter than the other side.
One side is definitely lighter. The inside is lighter.
Put
Okay.
the two darker sides together.
Yeah. Whatever you want on the outside, put on the inside right now.
Oh.
So whenever you're gonna get done sewing, you're gonna flip it inside out so that the sewing is on the inside. Does that make sense?
Oh.
I feel like I've been sewing the same spot.
No, I'm definitely kicking butt.
Yeah, you want to move forward up the seam.
Is it supposed to take this long, the sewing
Yes.
part?
Sewing.
Yeah,
okay.
So
Yeah,
remember
it's
we
supposed to
said
take
we
this
were
long.
going to actually cut it so that they didn't have to watch us sew?
Yeah.
Real question. I've gotten to the part, I don't know if you can tell, where it's like loopy, like the mouth part. Do I go up the side?
Yeah, up the side, just not round the corner. So make
Okay.
it to the point. And
You should have two separate sewing areas, not connected.
So yeah, it should be a tube. Open them top, open them bottom.
Yeah. The answer is still yes to your question, Cole. She's just making sure you don't continue all the way around and ruin this for
You shouldn't have told them.
Cool. Okay, so now that we've spent an hour and a half sewing those parts,
Just to be clear, one of us sewed. Somebody cheated and glued.
so we're gonna take the little piece of mouth diamond that you cut out, and we're gonna sew it to the inside of the mouth here. Does that make sense? So
Cole's head just exploded.
we're gonna go all around.
Oh no.
What?
Oh. We're supposed to.
So the top corner is gonna be attached to the top of the mouth. This bottom corner is to the bottom of the mouth, and you're gonna stitch all the way around.
Art, should they maybe do little tiny tack stitches
Yeah,
on
if
the
it helps
corners?
you, do a little stitch at each corner, so you'll line it up, and then you stitch all the way around.
So glue, where's the glue? Boom! I thread my own needle.
Yay! I like that Alex and Jason are pretty much almost done sewing, and Cole cannot tie a knot.
I can't. It keeps undoing itself.
I'm only on the first half.
Yeah, I don't know when I became the teacher. Maybe it's because I'm trying to speak Cole. Sometimes when you put felted friends in front of children, they listen better.
All right, guys.
His hand fits.
Yeah, look at that. That's fine.
You sew
That's
that on your own?
good.
Yeah.
Did you sew that, or did you glue it?
He didn't even answer you.
No, he
Wait,
didn't.
what happened?
Too
Did you
good
glue
for
it,
you.
or did you sew it?
No, I sewed it.
How'd you get around so fast?
Because
Glue makes the
Unlike
needle go
these two
faster.
imbeciles over here. I know how to sew.
Keep in mind, when I needed to sew a button on, he made me do it. And when I asked him for help, he said, I don't know how to sew.
That's because she'll never learn unless she does it by herself.
That's right.
Yeah.
Does it look like I learned to anybody else?
Look a baby! Look at the little red baby.
Little
red
inside out baby.
Crab claw.
I can't even see what he's doing, and I know he's not doing it right. Jason, you have to show him, though. Show him what he's doing.
See,
Show him the loop.
And then rub his face in it.
No, but
It's a bad Cole. Bad.
Go in the middle.
A little purple babe.
Look at that. Hello, baby.
Oh, it's so cute. Look at that. Oh, so cute.
All right. Who's ready to go on?
Nobody.
Wait.
No, yeah, literally no one's mouth is in that.
What Jason's is?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Jason's is. Yours is. Ryan's finishing up the top because he's being perfectionist guy.
Oh yeah, this is looking like a hot mess over here.
No,
That's
his
okay, it's
stitches
inside
are
out.
perfectly spread out, you guys. Like,
Jason, it's okay because you're gonna have to flip it inside out. It'll make it look prettier.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it yet.
Don't do it yet. All right. Another hour and a half, and we have the mouth attached to the body. This is
I
what.
told you sewing was the complicated part.
Yeah. This is now. It gets a little easier from. Well, parts of it get easier. So now take your mouth pattern again, and then trace out your cardboard or whatever stiff material you have.
We did that.
We did that. Cool. So take that and cut it in half.
We
Wait,
didn't
which
do
way?
that.
Which way?
This way.
That's
Down
a-
the- Down the-
Hamburger, not hot dog.
Yeah, hamburger, not hot dog. Down the short way. So you have two pieces. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna glue each of these pieces, one to the top and one to the bottom of the mouth.
Yeah, you guys get to use glue now.
Yeah, this is still the inside, so don't
The
turn it inside out.
Yeah, it's still the inside of the puppet, the inside of the felted friend.
Some people already used glue.
Well, they weren't supposed to, so we'll see how this turns out. So it should look like this. So far,
Yeah.
you have the fleece, the outside material, the inside material, and then you have these glued to the inside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, real quiet. You're real quiet.
I'm
How's it
here.
going?
Jason's nodding. It's not audible, but he's nodding.
Well, Jason had the glue first.
Yeah. So Jason, who had his first chair, was like, "Oh yeah, totally ready to go."
I do want to point out that Alex and Cole refused to open up the other one.
You can't have two glues open in a house. What?
No.
No.
How dare? How dare?
Now we take the whole thing and we turn it inside out.
Blech.
Going to try.
Yeah, good luck, Cole. Yours is real skinny.
Skinny. That's fair.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Little
Look at this
baby.
adorableness.
See, it should look like this.
Oh,
Little
this is-
babies.
it's like our larval and pupal form.
Yep.
Hi, everybody. How's it,
Is
did it
that
work
how
out for you
some
guys?
friends get born? Is this?
Yeah, we are here. We are overseeing the miracle of life right now.
Yeah.
We are here.
Okay, here we go. We're
Mine
here.
has a little nose like me.
So this is where we're at. This is kind of this is the main part of your felted friend now.
Hey, Cole, what happened?
I think.
I'm scared.
Did you?
Cole,
What?
You have to flip it.
what kind of
Jason flipped it out.
abomination?
The sewing came out.
Oh no.
Oh, you're sewing? By sewing,
You're-
do you mean glue? Buddy.
Cole, you didn't even turn yours inside out.
I did.
Then why can we see the
I
cardboard,
can
Cole?
see the
Oh
cardboard.
no! You have to turn it inside
Turn
out.
it inside out.
Turn it inside out.
You see, the inside becomes the outside. The outside becomes the inside.
Just now.
Grab with your hand. Go. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Grab that. Now flip it.
Have you ever
Might
turned
be-
a sock inside out, buddy?
No, I think he just wears them how they come out of the dryer.
Makes sense.
I honestly didn't think Alex
So-
and Cole were gonna struggle with this.
I'm trying to
For-
look how cute mine is.
So for everyone at home, if you mess up, it's okay to own it. Just I'm gonna love this messed up creature.
You
Just
have
as
enough
much.
material to make another one later on your own.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jason can show you because clearly
better.
his worked.
Jason glued his.
If anyone watching this does decide to make their own, we want to see them, like big time. I want to see 'em.
Yes.
Definitely.
So
Even
make
if they're as bad as mine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
post them
At
on
In Quest of
Instagram.
Geek
Yeah.
and at Perception Studio.
A
No,
percep-
Percept Studio.
Yeah,
Correct?
Percept.
For
And you
Instagram,
can
yeah.
hashtag felted friend. Okay, you want to take your coat hangers.
Oh, it's this part.
Oh, I forgot about coat hangers.
Oh no.
Maybe we should just forgo this and just make them snakes.
No, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do
God.
the whole thing.
Oh no.
Got
I'm
it.
scared.
Got it.
Guess what you're making?
The skeleton? No. We're making arms?
Oh, we're making arms?
Yes.
Huh.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna snip the top, the hook part of the coat hanger, just with pliers.
The hook part of the coat hanger.
So you just have this.
Cut it off like you see in those cool BuzzFeed videos when they're like, make something out of a hanger.
Oh my gosh, how did you do that?
With pliers.
Oh, I have pliers. I just don't have strength.
Use the far back of the pliers.
Use the far back part of the flyer.
did
That's
it.
for cutting.
Yeah,
And
yes,
then-
the sharp part.
And then
Come on, Alex.
you're gonna cut them in half. In the bottom, cut the bottom part so you have 2 equal pieces. Whenever you're ready, Alex.
Oh, Jesus.
I got it.
Yay.
Cool. Okay, now take and straighten these piece to make one straight, as straight as you can, piece. You can use your pliers as well to help you straighten it out.
Does it have to be a perfect straight line?
As close as you can. It's not going to be perfectly straight because the coat hanger already had bends in it. So something like this.
But it's what you had around the house.
Okay, with your pliers, on one end, make a loop about, I'm going to show you what it looks like. Maybe like a little flag. Maybe like, does that make sense? Like a little loop? Like a little square, little circle, little loop at the end. About the size of like a nickel or a quarter on both of the rods.
Alex has given up.
Cole gave me his.
Like a little flag. It should be a full circle, full square.
There should be
A
two.
little
There's
loop.
a good one.
Can we go
All right.
back to sewing?
I got
Sewing
my
was
2 loops
great.
right over here.
Good
Cool.
job.
Got it. Awesome.
Nice.
Just like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Now take the other end, the bottom end, and go about a quarter down the way,
Okay.
and then bend it upward. So I'm gonna show you what it looks like. I'm gonna do it for you and then show you what it looks like. And we're gonna make a loop like that.
Like
Okay.
a teardrop. A
Like
big
tear.
teardrop.
So basically we're making a little handle.
About halfway?
About
A quarter of the way.
about a quarter of the way. And you're gonna bend it up to about halfway. And then take the other one, and then if you can, try to bend in the same area so they're about the same length. So now take a little bit of your duct tape and duct tape that piece to the around so you don't have that little piece hanging out. So you
Gotcha.
don't stab somebody.
And you're talking about the teardrop part, right?
The bottom part, yeah. I just kind of like to seal that in so that's there. And it's not going to be the prettiest, but it'll do what we need it to do. So it look like this.
Yes.
Ish.
Yeah. Okay, so now go on your fur that you made your body out of,
The fleece.
the fleece or the fabric that you made your body out of.
Okay.
Make a circle that's maybe bigger than your little loop, so that this little loop can sit inside of it. That make sense?
Just a circle?
A circle. Draw a circle, so that this loop fits inside of it. And I'll tell you what we're doing. So we're gonna build hands.
We did not mentally prepare for arms.
Well, it's happening.
Art, do they have to do this once or twice?
They're gonna have to do this 4 times. And let me cut it out so I can show you what it looks like. I made a little arm.
Oh, it's so
Aw.
cute.
It's
a
so
little,
small.
It's a little mitten. Do you guys
So
see
small.
that?
Yeah.
It's a little arm and then like a little mitten. You can do fingers. I just figured a mitten would be easier.
Mitt's perfect.
Min sounds great.
And see my little flag fits inside the hand?
Okay.
Yes.
You guys see that? Okay, cool. So you're gonna make 4 of these little arms. So what I suggest is you draw one out and then you stack your fabric and you cut 4 of them out at the same time or 2 at a time. However that is easier for you.
Song, this is the song that you sold to.
3 hours later.
Art, I kind of cheated.
What did you do?
Okay,
What did you-
so
He made
so
a
basically,
lollipop.
like, I made kind of like a lollipop,
So big.
and then, but then, can you wrap it like that?
No. It's supposed to come out the bottom of the hand,
Yeah.
not up the arm.
Yeah, so this is going to come out of the bottom of the hand.
Like a T.
So like
this.
this.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah,
But can you still lollipop it?
yeah. Can I lollipop it though?
If you want.
Yeah.
if you
I mean,
want,
sure,
yeah.
if you like trash.
So let's just glue these. So what you want to do is take your 2 pieces and then sandwich this little rod between them. Like this.
Yeah.
So basically the thumb is up and then you want the rod to come out the bottom.
If you made a thumb.
If you made a thumb. Nobody's watching me.
I bet
That's
nobody made a thumb.
You want it to come out the bottom, right? So
Yes.
here's the hand. And you want this to come out the bottom like this.
I made blobs for hands.
Oh, we should have likened them to Animal Crossing hands.
Yeah. Boo, boo.
These are
That makes sense to me.
That's
definitely
what they are. They're little balls. Just little hands.
See, look, I have a little hand.
Yay, it's so cute.
So cute.
Hi.
They don't
Hi,
care.
little hand. I'm watching you, Art. I'm watching you.
Art, I'm trying to keep up with you.
I'm
Do you
trying to
want
make
me
a
do-
lollipop.
do you want me to watch you or keep up?
Glue
okay.
the entire 2 pieces together. But make sure you sandwich that rod in between.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in there.
Tried to make a thumb.
Those are.
That's something.
That's
I think I'm gonna try again.
Like this. There we go.
There you go. That's pretty.
Okay, great. All right, now that you guys are your hands are done, and it's been another hour and a half, you
Happy
want
birthday, by the way, for whoever it is.
to kind of put on your puppet and kind of figure out where you want the arms to be, how high you want it to be. This is literally a choice, your choice. You can have a puppet whose arms are down here. You can have a puppet whose arms are up here. Kind of find out where you think they're gonna be.
I personally like higher arms.
Yeah, I like higher up
They're
arms.
cuter.
So I'm from the little mouth the mouth crease right here, the little corner of the mouth. I'm gonna go about probably a thumb's length, so like 2.5 inches down. And I'm gonna put them there.
A regular thumb or a Jason thumb?
Regular thumb. Yeah.
I like that you abandoned metric just for this measurement.
You did.
I didn't think they would follow the metric. So somewhere about here, and then just put them on both sides. Go slightly forward of center. Does that make sense? So if you're holding it sideways, don't put it center. Go like maybe like here,
Like half an inch.
half an inch, maybe.
An inch?
Try about 2 inches from the seam, from the front seam. Does that make sense?
Okay.
And then you can either glue them on or you can stitch them on.
Good job, Ryan.
Yay.
Ryan's a few steps behind, but he's
Yeah.
doing a good job. Look at Jason. He did it.
There you go. Now you
Yay.
have,
What about them seeing?
yeah, well, they can make see. So you know you have your little arm rods. You have your little arms.
So cute.
You can wave.
Arms. Help us.
I remember these days.
So now we want to give it some eyes, right? Now they can't see. So what did you guys decide to use for your eyeballs?
We have spoons and we have ping pong balls.
Correct.
I'm gonna show you what to do with ping pong balls. Do you guys have enough ping pong balls for everybody?
Well, we have 4 total, and you were talking about there's a way to cut them in half.
Yeah. So what I did, I just took a blade and cut them in half. You see the ping pong balls had a little seam down the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Just slice down the middle, and you get 2 little halves.
Good luck.
Yeah, kids, if you're watching this, have your parents get out a special kind of craft knife or a razor blade.
Razor blade.
The spoons. Spoons are great.
Razor spoon.
You could
Yeah, I
cut some
feel like I'm
plastic
really going to hurt
spoons.
myself if I do this.
You probably will.
It's very possible.
Also, if you can
Mr.
invest in those cut-proof gloves, those are great too.
So the thing is with these I mean, you could do whatever you want. So I'm gonna do half my little eyeballs. If you guys take a spoon, and you break the little handle off, so you just have the spoon.
Okay, so I am breaking spoons.
There's one.
Ooh,
Hey.
Cool. So now you can use those as eyes. We're gonna glue those to the body. One of the things you could do is actually that jagged edge part that you just broke. You could sand it down. If you had some sandpaper, you sand it down, or like a little blade to cut them off. You don't have to, just to make them a little smoother. And then we're gonna glue those to the head. One of the things I find with like little things that like have little holes in them, so like these ping pong balls that are empty on the inside. So I took a piece of that cardboard that we had, the one that you used for mouth plate, and cut a circle or a piece of chunk of it to glue on the inside of your eyeball.
So that you'll have a bigger surface to glue it to your head.
Yeah. So there's something. Yeah. So fill that little space on the inside of the spoon with some cardboard or some foam, whatever it is you have available.
Oh my God, Jason.
He has one eye.
I'm gonna have cardboard.
Yeah, you can use whole ping pong balls too if you want.
Yeah, if you want to
eyes.
just stick whole ping pong balls, you can also just do that.
You hand me another ping pong ball. Are we out?
What's up, buddy?
There's an orange one.
You can have one orange eye and one white eye. That's okay.
I do like the one-eyed look. I like
It's
that.
creepy. I love
It's
it.
cute. It is cute.
And
It's growing
did you
on
draw
me.
people in there?
Yeah, he did.
You drew people in there. So what I did, I'm just gonna take little pieces of what is this? The
Tape?
duct tape, the duct tape that I use, and I cut little circles out.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna stick them onto the
Aw,
to here.
not working.
Give him some pupils.
Give them some pupils. I don't think they're straight, but they're there.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
adorable. Look at him.
He's so cute.
He's so
So
cute.
would you?
Look at the little frog.
Hi, buddy.
Hi,
Welcome to
babe.
the world,
Aw.
friends.
Welcome,
His eyes are so big.
little
It's
baby.
just like, whoa.
I feel like John
What's it
Hammond.
supposed to look like?
Hello there. Hello there.
See, I feel like Mrs. Belcher. I'm like, little baby. Love little babies.
I don't know how we got so off track, but ours does not look anything like.
Look what you could have made.
Oh, the little guy.
Look what you could have
Wait,
made,
wait.
Cole.
Oh, no. No. No.
Cole's looks like one of those things that's like that's like yep.
Oh, yeah, yip yaps.
I'd say it looks like the Quiznos subs monster from a while back. No, closer is bad. Closer is bad.
No, back up.
Well, we got this far.
Yeah, we got this. Look how far we got.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Are we
You
not
guys
done?
did it.
You have complete little characters.
The complete ones.
I'm
And
so
so now
proud.
from here, if you wanted to, you could add hair. You could add a little piece of clothing. You could put a little bow tie on it. Once you get to this point, this is where you can build a character by adding accessories to it.
Put a note.
Oh.
Put a nose on it. You can do anything you want. You can spend some time, and kind of get creative. You could also make him a tongue. You could put a tongue in here.
Oh, I could do that. Can I borrow your red fabric?
Tongues are overrated.
Obviously, you have a lot of improv skills.
Oh, thank you.
We've discussed the yes and,
Of course.
but where do you kind of go from there? What is your next step in your humor track here?
Okay. Interesting question. I do not speak from a place of expertise, but just from what I have learned so far. However, I would say, so once you get used to the yes and, so accepting what your scene partner is giving you, embracing that, even if your character disagrees, you agree with it as a concept, right? And you run with that. From there, it's all just about listening, because the idea is the entire play is to make the other performer look good. Right? So even if your characters are disagreeing, the goal is to make the person opposite you look good by giving them something to bounce off of, something to react to. You just keep giving each other gifts back and forth, so that everyone's having a good time. your scene partner having a good time. Everybody's laughing at your shenanigans.
No, but I think that's really important because a lot of times, I don't know about you guys, my whole improv expertise is not much, but when you talk to people and they're starting out, they focus on themselves, right? Like, oh, I got to do this and I got to be a star and I got to be funny. And so I think it's kind of cool.
Oh, yeah. Rule 1, don't try to be funny.
Willow, as a follow-up, as a female identifying felted friend, what sort of advice would you give to like other felted friends or other female puppeteers that are trying to break in and trying to create a brand in the same space?
Find yourself. I mean, everybody's different. So as long as you have like yourself to fall back on and you're not trying to be something else, then you'll be more authentic and you'll go farther than if you were pretending to be something you're not.
In terms of creating your character, your felted friend's personal look, is there like a genie moment where he shows up and he figures out how you're going to look perfectly, or is there actually like planning involved?
Cucumber, you take this one.
All right, I think it all depends, right? I think if you have an idea of where you're going with the design, this is any character design. Like if you're going for something 2D to 3D, you may have a sketch, but once you start to bring it to 3 dimensions, you realize maybe that sketch is too complicated. So you'll start to nix certain details. So it's easier to go simple first, like start with shapes and color, or like the basics, and then kind of add on your details. Figure out what you like, what you don't like.
Well, say like, what would you say is a base? Like I know you said shapes are basic, but in terms of character design, like the look and the clothing, what would be considered simple? What would be considered like, oh my God, you're crazy?
I mean, a costume can be something as simple as like a neck ruff, a boa, a little shirt. Like, and a lot of the stuff you can get off the rack for a lot of your characters. But I think character is less not less than, but I think more important is going to be their permanent features, right? So it's like, where is their nose? Where's their hair? And what does that mean, right? If your eyes are closer together, what does that read as? If they're further apart, what does that read as? Hair length, hair at all.
Yeah,
noses,
I don't like
no
hair.
Noses. Right? Yeah. And it's all, well, yeah.
Are there specific like shapes or specific like little things that you guys personally place your own touch on? So when other performers look, they're like, oh yeah, that's definitely this person or that person.
At least we haven't created anything on purpose. I think the term felted friend is the only thing that we've kind of made for ourselves.
Yeah.
That we use broadly.
So Art, I'm going to ask you this since you just made a felted friend, if you could bring did we name yours?
No.
Oh no, mine didn't get a name.
No.
God, that thing is so cute.
It's adorable.
How are we supposed to make, like, that was what we were supposed to be?
Yep.
He looks like a Kevin to me.
Kevin's cute.
Kevin.
I was thinking like Plurpy or something.
Plurpy?
Yeah,
Kevin Plurpy.
Kevin Plurpy.
Kevin Plurpy.
Kevin McPlurps.
So you just made Kevin, and we're going to assume that the people at home are closer to your skills than maybe our skills. So now they have it and they're like, okay, I'm going to make a video, or I'm going to learn what's the next step.
What's the next step?
Yeah, for learning how to speak with the puppet or to make the faces or the eyes. Like, what are we kind of practicing?
Performance-wise, I would definitely like go on YouTube and look up, established like the Muppets or Sesame Street and see kind of what they do, how they move, how they do things. One of the things that we did like to do, and we do that with people who are new, is try to lip sync to a song that you know well. So you know the words to the song, so you can try to mouth with it.
Pick a slow song.
And then, be very small. There's a tendency to want to be this kind of performer. You just try to keep it small and simple. Mm-hmm. It helps a lot.
Less is more.
Less is more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Think of it like ballet, right? If a ballet dancer just starts randomly like popping locking and never stops, like it's not ballet anymore. It's something else, right?
Yeah.
It becomes visual noise.
Simple.
Hmm?
Simple and small is good place to start.
Make sure all your moves have intent.
Yeah, no, don't move for no reason. Have a reason to move.
Yeah.
And what about keeping your felted friend looking alive while, like we're having a conversation? Obviously, mine is just like hanging here, but how would we kind of keep them alive while they're not doing anything?
sometimes we call it like breathing, keeping them breathing, and not necessarily just that like regular breathing, but just kind of keeping them alive. Like focus changes. If I'm looking at you over here at the camera, and then and I just little movements, maybe looking down as you're listening, and then coming back up.
This is me, but I just became very hyper aware of what I'm doing. But like I know that I just think of what I'm doing, and I'm like, oh. Like, I'm looking over here. I got to pay attention up here. And, like, adjusting my seat a little bit. Just kind of things that anybody does.
Yeah. Like, pay attention to how other people listen. Like, watch someone listen to somebody else. That's a great way to learn, too. Observation is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And it's free. It makes you a little creepy, but do it anyway.
Ryan, I got to ask, man, how far are we on your felted friend right now?
I'm still cutting out hands.
Oh my God.
So when you guys film with your felted friends, who's kind of in charge of setting up a camera and going, okay, we need to adjust and make sure that everybody's looking the right way?
Usually me. I'm the camera in person who's in charge of setting that up. But usually you're kind of responsible for yourself of being aware of where you need to be looking.
And speaking up when it's uncomfortable.
But then we tend to make, I think it's good for us to make a habit to like tell each other when you think that something needs to be adjusted. It's like, hey, look over there, here, look over here. And just be comfortable with letting each other know, kind of be helpful to each other.
Yeah, and those notes are a gift, not a criticism. They're trying to help you, so don't take it personally. Just
don't be a jerk.
They're trying to make you look good. That's a good thing.
How long did it take you to not take it personal?
A couple of years.
Couple years?
Yeah, I think that's
still currently working on it.
Yeah, it takes some people a long time, and it also takes you have to learn how to give the feedback as well, so people don't take it.
And then there's like a loop attached to time there, where it's like at the beginning you're like, I don't want notes from anybody, and then you you feel like you're proficient, so you hit that point where you feel like, well, I don't need any notes, and that's the problem level. That's where it becomes an issue.
You never not need notes.
Yeah, you can always.
There'll never be a time when you don't.
Well, since we're coming kind of to the end of this, I wanted to remind people that as perfect as Art's looks and as perfect as Ryan's is going to look, the intention of this, although it would be great to look like that,
you're gonna look like us!
It's to be fun. But make something fun and let us know. Tag us. Use the hashtag #FeltedFriends. Tag us at In Quest of Geek and at Percept Studio. Because we want to see what you guys come up with. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and it obviously it takes a few tries. So after you do your first one, go ahead and just make another one and make another one after that. And each time you're going to get better at it.
Yeah. Everybody started with the exact same information and not one of these things looks alike. Like no. I mean in a good way. These are all distinct, unique characters that only you came up with. And I think that's what makes a project like this so beautiful, because like 8 people in a row doing the exact same thing, you're going to come out with completely different final characters.
I know our goal with In Quest of Geek is to make the community bigger and welcome anybody to it. And that's why we teamed up with such amazing people like Perception Studio, because they have the same goals in mind. So please join us, join our community, and we'll make it fun. So once again, guys, this is In Quest of Geek, providing your next pop culture side quest. Please make sure to check us out on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and any other podcatcher. Search In Quest of Geek for all of our episodes, and make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe.
Make sure to also follow us on social media at In Quest of Geek.
Don't forget to visit our website, inquestofgeek.com.
So thank you again to Perception Studios. We really appreciate, Lord, all of the patience that went into all of this today. And we wanted to say thank you again to Comic-Con International and what we're a part of right now, which is Comic-Con at Home for 2020. Of course, Comic-Con wanted to make sure that we were as safe as possible during the pandemic right now. And we are really, really excited to see you guys in 2021, hopefully.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
So thank you again for listening and watching, Questers. And remember, use what you've learned today to build better character.
Ooh.
And this time, literally.
Yeah, anything would be better.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Mwah.